Hey, what up, people? So, in the previous video, I told you guys that I'm going to share something about my achievement. But before that, I want to give you a little bit of background about myself, my career. And that's relevant and it's important because I told you who am I making these videos for. So, I want you to relate to where I'm coming from and why I'm doing all this and where I'm heading. So once you know that, you'll be able to relate to my goals and the value that I'm trying to provide to you. You will understand my intention behind all of this and all the actions that I'm going to take henceforth. So a quick briefing about my background, my career. So after my graduation, I've been working in many companies. When I say many, I mean many. So the maximum I've worked in any company, maximum number of days, is 1 year, and that was only in two companies. One in 2005, the other was in 2015. All the other companies I've worked for a maximum of 3 months, 6 months. I joined and I quit. So the last company that I quit was from a very reputed audit firm, and I quit within 2 hours of my joining. And that's when I decided enough is enough, because now my actions were affecting others, and I couldn't explain to my family, who were worried that I was not settling down, and I was also getting a bad reputation from my fraternity, audit fraternity, that this guy is not dependable. And there was no way for me to explain to them that I was not interested in taxation, audit, or whatever I was qualified to do. But because I knew what I did not want, but I did not know what else I wanted. So I kept asking myself for the past 15 years. I've been asking myself, what is it? What do I want from life? And I never got the answer for it until one day when I asked myself the right question. And the right question was, what if I had only 3 months to live? Like, really, if you want the answer for yourself, close your eyes and ask yourself, what if you had only 3 months to live? What would you want to experience in those 3 months? So for me, none of these material things came up at that point. So when I asked myself, what do I really want? Uh, you know, None of these material things like buying a mansion, buying a big house, big car, luxury car, motorbikes. I'm a motorbike enthusiast. I have been dreaming of buying a Royal Enfield. That's a motorbike, motor company. So I've been dreaming of buying that for many years now. Uh, by the way, right now I don't even own a bicycle. Okay, I don't own nothing except a guitar, a second-hand guitar that I bought in 2005. And I'm saying this because even in this situation, when I really ask myself, like deep down, what do I really want? What would really matter, for me to experience in these 3 months? If these were really my last 3 months, what would I want to experience? So none of these things were important at that point in my mind. What came up was a certain experience that I wanted to have. And I asked myself again and again, like I tried to go deep and ask myself, what is it? What kind of experience was it? And then it came up. It was this experience that I'm having with you right now. It involved you guys and me communicating with you guys, but was still not clear what kind of experience was it. So when this happened, I was sitting in a coffee shop with a friend of mine, and so I told her. She said, "Good, something is finally opening up for you. So what are you gonna do about this?" So I said, "I'm gonna go home, gonna think about it." She said, "No, this is what you do every time. You have 10 seconds to take one action. Otherwise, this idea, whatever is opening up, will fade away again." So this is something for you guys. During the day, we get like 100 ideas. Okay, some of them are really good. But if you don't take, like when you get an idea and really connect, this is a good idea, but you don't take action. If you don't take action within the next 10 seconds, like some action, like call somebody or talk to somebody or write it down or something of that sort. If you don't do that, it would fade away. So the action that I took was I messaged people on WhatsApp. I told them that in the next 2 hours, I'm going to tell you what is that next step I'm going to take. If I don't do that, call me and hold me accountable. So fixing accountability for myself. So one of my friend called me and she suggested that I join a self-development program. I trusted her. I joined. So there I understood about my passion a lot more, and they pushed me to take more action. So I started writing skits, plays, and one such, my first play that I wrote, drama that I wrote was for school kids. About 600 school kids participated, attended, and watched my skit. So that was the first time I wrote it. I directed it and I acted in it. So what I noticed was I was not shy or scared or worried about how I was gonna appear on stage. How are people looking at me? What are they thinking about my performance? None of that came up because at that point the only thing that was in my mind was what am I teaching these kids through my story? So my story was about a good guy who becomes an alcoholic and how he recovers from that and again starts achieving all his goals. So how it best suited for kids, so my entire focus was what are they learning from this. So what I observed was when your focus is on others, you know what value you're providing to them, in that moment all your shortcomings, all your whatever you think is missing in you, your insecurities kind of fades away, and you're out there. So that went really well for me. A couple of more activities after that, and then it was not financially, it was not that remunerative. I was doing it for free. I was following my passion. I wanted to provide value, but I was doing it for free. And then I started feeling guilty because here's the thing about being in a middle class family. If you're whether you're a guy or a girl, doesn't matter. You're following your passion, and if you're not earning, you start feeling guilty. As a man or as a woman, you got to put food on the table. You got to bring home the bacon, as they say. So if you're not able to earn, even if you're good at something, your passion or whatever, you feel guilty, and when you feel guilty, you cannot be creative. So I went to their self-development program. I went back there and I told my mentor, this guy, and I said, I came here to earn money. So if you can tell me how to earn money, I'll stay here or I'm leaving. So he gave me a paper, asked me to write my goals and all that. I was looking at people around, all the guys and girls were writing like 3-4 pages what their goals were. I wrote 3 words: money, money, money. So this mentor guy, he came up to me, he took my paper, he looked at it, and he said, "What's this?" I said, "This is what I want." So he said, "Fine, what do you want in life?" I said, "Fine, I have this passion, and I want to earn money. I want to earn money using my passion." He said, "That's your problem." I said, "What?" You have a passion, be passionate about it. Take actions, learn from it, provide value. If you want to earn money, earn money. Why do you want to restrict the source of income? Let money come from any direction it wants to come from. That's what he said. So it was, although confusing, that I kind of trusted that guy. So I said, fine. So he said, be open, be open. I'm being open, fine. So I accepted that. Couple of days, like 14 days from that point, I got a call from a friend of mine that she works in a government company. She calls me. She said, "Harish, there's an opportunity to train government employees. So, are you willing?" I said, I'll let you know." I called this mentor. I told him there's this opportunity, but I've never done this. I have trained people in my company that I've worked in, but this is new. I'm going there as a consultant. He said, hang up, call her, accept it, and then call me back. I trusted him. I called her, I accepted that offer, and then called my mentor back. Now he said something very powerful. Okay, I want to share that with you. The moment I called him, he said, "Good, you have accepted that offer. Now let's look at what value we can provide to those employees." The moment he said that, my point of view kind of shifted from I have to go and deliver, how am I going to deliver? From that to here's a company, a government company that believes in me and believes that I'm worth 6 hours of its productive time and believes that I'm going to go there, I'm going to provide, I'm going to do something that is of value to its employees. I mean, how powerful is that? And I'm not talking about positive thinking, I'm talking about a point of view. Point of view is something a place where you come from. And we will talk about it in another video, but I really hope that I'm able to put across this powerful message. So that was really powerful for me, and I went there. I delivered whatever training I had to do. There were 5 employees. I got paid like 2,000 rupees for that day. Obviously they gave a positive feedback, so they called me back after a few days. This time there were 35 to 40 employees, all seniors. So that went really well, because this time by now I was confident and used to coming from a place of empowerment, because I always started looking at everything as how am I going to provide value to this when I accept that opportunity. So that was a powerful learning for me. So that went on for a while, because I was earning this time, but not much. So this 2,000 rupees kind of became my benchmark. So I said, earlier Harish was providing value for free. Now Harish is worth rupees 2,000 per day. So I set that as my benchmark. Now you must understand that for somebody of my age who has not followed a proper career path, if I had followed my career, the profession that I was qualified for, I could have earned good money. But because I'm starting afresh, like from scratch, doing something new, 2,000 rupees was a good money for me. And it was hard for me to accept that I can set a goal which is really big. So now I went to this mentor again, and I said, I want to expand. So when I told him that 2,000 is my benchmark, his reaction was, you have a problem of setting limits in different ways. I said, what do you mean? He said, earlier you set a limit for yourself regarding the direction in which the money should come from. Like, you wanted to earn money through your passion. And then you broke that barrier. You saw a new source of income. Money started coming from something totally new, training. Now you're setting a limit for how much you want to earn, how much you can earn. So I said, fine, but how do we alter that? Now that's the right question. So I accepted that, and then he said, fine, we have an activity for this. And he gave me a paper, asked me to write my goals. He said, how much do you want to earn? I said, lots and lots of money. I want to swim in money. I want lots of money. He said, don't dramatize. How much? Write the exact amount, and by what date you want to earn it, by what time. Clearly defined goals. So in the next video, I'm going to tell you how I fixed a clearly defined goal. What is this new way of goal setting, where we do not consider whatever we have at this point, your current skills, your current resources, your current contact, your current talent, your knowledge, none of that. Disregard all of that, and then stand in that nothingness and declare a goal that is believable deep down, and beyond logics. Let's look at all of that, and also I will tell you how I fixed a goal of earning 100,000 and earned it using this method. See you in my next video. Take care.